It always seems like people make mistakes that they wouldn't normally make whenever somebody's watching them. I remember once during a state inspection, during a survey at a nursing home, I had a really nervous 18-year-old CNA, and she was being observed. And she really wanted to please, wanted to show how good she was at the job. And so when there was a call light on, she quickly ran in the room and then saw that it was an isolation room. So she came out, put on her PPE, but she was a bit flustered by being observed by a surveyor, puts her PPE on the wrong way around. As soon as the surveyor raised her eyebrow and starts to write something down, she panics again over a really minor error and comes back out to get help while still wearing the PPE. Realizes her mistake again, and she started to cry just from the stress. So when I found her in the break room, she was already on the phone with her mom and in tears and telling her she was about to be fired from her first job out of high school during her first month on the job. Just a side note, by the way, obviously, for anyone working in the industry, doing more frequent inspections and CMS putting more money into enforcement, it's a really stupid idea. It is not going to increase quality, quite the opposite. The increased stress is going to cause mistakes and it's going to drive more people out of the industry. Anyway, but what would you do in that situation as a manager? After she'd calmed down a little bit, I assured her that nobody was going to fire her. And she says, but I made a big mistake. We're going to get fines and a citation, F tags. So I said to her, okay, but what is it that I want in the future? I want fewer mistakes, um, or do I want to punish someone who made a mistake? Right now, I've got 200 employees in this building, and we're going to be training all of them on proper PPE usage. Out of all 200 people in this building, which person here do you think I'm most certain is never going to make this mistake again in the future? Right now, you are my superstar and my champion for proper PPE usage. Look, people are going to make mistakes. And as a manager, you have to look at what kind of mistake it was. Was it an unintentional accident? Then you do some training, some monitoring. Was it an accident that was due to some sloppy practice? Then, that's going to require a plan with them to help them do better as well. Was it a willful choice where they knew better, but they chose to take a shortcut? There might be some disciplinary action that you need to add to those other things. But was it a pattern of those types of choices? Then it might be time for a new career for that person. Look, people are going to make mistakes, but how you handle those as a manager is going to make that person either into a bigger problem or your very best advocate in doing things the right way.